Welcome back. If it has joined us to watch the news at 10, coming to you live from Lagos, a reminder of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo received certificates of return from INEC. PDP flag bearer Atiku Abubakar rejects results of the presidential election, the process as a sham that cannot stand. Reactions trail the announcement of results from the presidential elections from all walks of life. President Trump's former lawyer Michael Cohen claims Mr. Trump knew beforehand about plans to hack Democratic emails in 2016. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on a mobile device via your browser, or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share pictures, videos, and news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. Election monitor group Yaga Africa has also released a report of its findings at the just concluded presidential election. The group says, based on its gold standard citizen observation methodology, its projections are consistent with the officially announced results from INEC in the presidential election. The group said its projections that the All Progressives Congress should receive between 50% and 55.8% of the vote, and the PDP should receive between 41.2% and 47% of the vote, tallies with that of INEC.
In the management of elections, there is the principle of whether these incidences are substantial enough to impact on the overall outcome. And as you can see from our data, these are not just isolated cases, but they do not have the impact that it would have had if they were widespread. And so looking at the trends, these incidents were not substantial enough to impact on the outcome of the elections. And that's what we've also said for the result as well, that despite the cancellations in Nasarawa State, it does not impact on the overall outcome between the margin of lead between the APC candidates and the PDP candidates. That even if those cancellations were not made, it wouldn't affect the overall outcome of the elections. And so, yes, we highlighted these issues as part of the process issues, but they don't impact on the overall outcome of the elections because they were not widespread, as the case may be. If they were about 40% or 50%, then we would have had a problem.
Meanwhile, the UK government has congratulated President Buhari on his victory at the polls, having been declared by INEC. The message was contained in a statement by the Minister of State for Africa, Harriet Baldwin, who said INEC's declaration was consistent with the result obtained through the civil society parallel vote tabulation process. She called on parties or individuals who may have any grievance with the results to challenge them in a peaceful manner and through the appropriate legal channel, and advised the federal government to examine all allegations of wrongdoing and take necessary action against individuals found responsible. The statement closes with condolences to families and friends of those who lost their lives in election-related violence, noted that no one should die in the exercise of their democratic rights. President Muhammadu Buhari's re-election for another 4-year term now places him in a position as Nigeria's second leader to serve as a military head of state and president for 2 terms after former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Our correspondent Ibrahim Adra profiles the president's journey from his ancestral home in Daura to his re-election as president for another term.
Muhammadu Buhari was born in the ancient town of Daura in present-day Katsina State on December of 1942. He enlisted into the Nigerian army, where he had a sterling career, rising to the rank of a major general. While in the army, he held several command positions with several postings, including military governor of Northeastern State. Following the 1983 military coup to unseat then-civilian President Shehu Shagari, General Buhari became the head of state and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Nigerians remember that reign as one that insisted on fighting indiscipline and corruption. The military, however, struck again, toppling him in August of 1985 coup, and he was incarcerated for 3 years. After he was released, he maintained a low profile until he jumped into the political fray, taking a shot at the #1 seat in the land. That was in 2003 on the platform of the ANPP. He lost. He again lost the contest in 2007 and 2011 he lost, with the cases going to the Supreme Court. Buhari's Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, with only one state, Nasarawa, however, went into a merger with other parties to form the All Progressives Congress, APC. The merger put forward Muhammadu Buhari as presidential candidate with Yemi Osinbajo, a clergy and professor of law, as his running mate. Riding on the change slogan, the party went ahead to make history in the 2015 polls, pushing aside the incumbent Goodluck Jonathan of the PDP. On May 29, 2015, Muhammadu Buhari was sworn in as president.
Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
President Buhari promised to fight insecurity, corruption, and fix the economy. The president's task was hampered by ill health, which kept him away from his desk for months. At some point, he handed the reins of power to Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. His administration took over at a time of low oil prices, Boko Haram insurgency, and huge infrastructure deficit among many challenges. The administration remained dogged, taking the fight to Boko Haram terrorists, took its anti-corruption campaign to the judiciary, the politically exposed persons, and others. The fight is alleged to be biased, but the administration did not budge.
Corruption is an existential threat to Nigeria.
Through a number of policies and programs, the APC government worked to deliver on its mandate. It prided itself in building infrastructure, boosting agriculture, degrading Boko Haram, and creating ease of doing business, amongst others. Scorecard in hand, the APC presented President Buhari as candidate for the 2019 presidential election. He went to all states of the Federation canvassing for votes.
All monies that are going into the government goes through one account, which means it can be traced and accounted for.
The electoral body, the Independent National Electoral Commission, however, postponed the highly anticipated contest by a week.
The Commission came to the conclusion that proceeding with the election as scheduled is no longer feasible.
On D-Day, February 23, Nigerians went to the polls. The president voted in his hometown of Daura. He was confident of victory.
Everybody stand back, please.
If you lose this election, will you accept defeat and congratulate the winner and hand over power eventually?
I will congratulate myself. I'm going to be the winner. Thank you very much.
State after state, the results trickled in and collated. Then, the moment that all have been waiting for.
Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, having satisfied the requirements of the law and scored the highest number of votes, is hereby declared winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
Despite stiff opposition, the man, Buhari, is the newly elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose second tenure as a democratically elected president begins after a fresh oath of office on the 29th of May, 2019. Ibrahim Adra, Channels Television News.
Next on the news at 10, Court of Appeal reserves judgments in appeals filed by suspended Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Walter Onnoghen. Plus, federal, state and local governments share 610.368 billion naira for the month of January as Federation Accounts Allocation Committee ends monthly meeting. LB on Business News. Please join us again.